Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danni Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hi, Jonathan, you were first in the room tonight. How are you? I hope you're enjoying a lot of music. I've seen quite a few posts and things from a lot of your favourite artists this week, so hopefully you're enjoying it. We've had a week off of actual interviews. As you probably saw, I quickly whizzed up to the Gold Coast because Bonus had their album launch, and it's been 3 years in the making, that album, and getting it out there. So I had to get up there to see it because they have just grown so much, and it's been such an honor watching them from well before they were releasing music. So I had to sneak up and see that. So for those that I saw there, it was exciting because I got to meet so many of you finally in person after the last few years of just doing screen time. So it was just lovely. And it's morning over there for you, Jonathan? It's because we've had daylight saving change here. So for me, it's 6:30 now, but then for Queensland, it's an hour behind us, and I don't know all the other states. It's very confusing, but it's still daylight, which is the first time it's been like that for a few months now, so it's a bit confusing. We've got Sarah waiting for us. She's been busy on the roads, so we're going to welcome her into the room. If you've got any question, pop them in the comments. We'll welcome Sarah. Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little tired, a little frantic, but I'm good.
and probably wet, yeah. And we were just saying you've had loads of rain up there, and it's not stopping.
No, it's continuous. It's not enough rain for us to yet complain about the rain. Like, we are mentioning the rain, but after the drought we had, we are just It's still a novelty, so we'll still take it.
It's so crazy, isn't it? We go from begging for rain to now just a few days without. Like, it's just we're not happy with it, whatever we get, are we?
It's crazy.
It is, but you guys have had an awful lot, so you do need a few days in between. Would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a bit down here, but nothing like you guys, and we haven't, touch wood, haven't had the floods yet. So it's just, I wish it would share around the country a little bit more. We could just share it.
For sure. Well, I was just in Mildura for the Country Music Festival, and just near there's a little town called Wentworth, and it's where the Darling River and the Murray River meet. And that's where it's like essentially the drain hole of New South Wales and Victoria and stuff. And it's like, it's going to get very wet there very soon, I think, with the amount of rain we're having inland. So, we'll keep an eye on that too.
Interesting to see a photo of that point when it was flooded, and then a photo of what it's like in a few weeks.
100%.
And compare them. It'd be very interesting. If we could just pull the rain clouds to the areas that we need them, it'd just make life so much more sensible. We've got lots of people popping into the room already. Jonathan has popped in and said hello. He's watching from the UK, and he said it's 8:35 a.m. now, so he's just starting the day. And he said to say hi to Sarah as well. And Chris has popped in. How are you, Chris? Have you adjusted to daylight savings yet? You guys, you're in New South Wales at the moment. Are you, Sarah?
Me? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just in a world of my own. Yes, I'm in New South Wales. Daylight savings changed the day we left Mildura, so we lost an hour. But it's been all right. It's nice to have that, like, pretending like you have a bit of extra daylight, so that's good.
Yes, I do like it. It is my favourite time of year, having the daylight go longer, but because it changed when I was in Queensland, and then I came back and I had to go to work straight away, I think it really confused me this year. And now I come home and I was getting ready because I sort of only just got here in time, and I was like, what time's my show? And I was really muddled. It took me a minute to go, what time is it?
100%. And I feel like people normally talk about it a lot more, but for whatever reason this year, it just didn't happen. And it was only just that, Jules, my publicist, she'd had it written like in the thing, and I was like, oh, that's then. But I've spoken to a lot of people, and I had it had been a couple of days, and I hadn't even noticed.
No, it's weird. It's just been really weird this year. And I know because when I do, as we do night shifts, when you have the change that happened this weekend, you love it because you actually get paid for an hour and work for an hour less. But when it changes next time, you have to work for an hour that you don't get paid for. So you've really essentially got to do an hour twice with no any pay. So I normally love it, and I just didn't notice it the same this year. It's a bit strange. Chris said that he's adjusted and he loves the day. I don't know why we go back. It's so much better having a bit longer day. Get things done. It's been a little while since we had you on the show. How have you been?
I've been good. I have been so busy. I feel like I've spent the last couple of years kind of, getting through things, and then in the last kind of few months I've had a lot happen. I've got a new single out. I announced a new tour, which I haven't toured properly pretty much since 2018. So it has been a long time for me, and I just thought, I'll just book a show here, I'll book a show there, and then before you know it, it's like, I think it was 19 dates, 4 states, 2.5 months. Crazy. Yeah. So I'm in the midst.
It's huge. You've got like Victoria, ACT, New South Wales, Queensland. You're covering a fair bit of the country in a fairly short time.
It's it's a lot more. It feels a lot more doable when you're booking it. And then like I was saying the other day, I've just got back from Mildura Country Music Festival, and I think we did on my run of shows last week. We did like 3,700 Ks. And like 17 shows in 10 days or something stupid. That was including the music festival stuff. But it's been busy.
How's your voice going? Because it's been a while since we've been able to do this many events in the one time.
Great question. I'm actually really surprised how well it's held up, and I've got my guitar calluses back now. It's been because I was writing and then recording and then all the admin and stuff that you do with tour booking. Like, there's not a lot of time for playing. I obviously rehearsed a bit, but after Mildura, they are well and truly there.
No blood there. What they say is it metho and then tap them on the table? Isn't that one of the old wives' tales of getting your fingers hard for the guitar? I can't remember.
Oh, I have no idea. I've heard all kinds of things. I tried super glue once because that was mentioned. If you put super glue on the end of them and you let it dry, it creates a bit of a hard spot. But I've always played a steel string guitar. I never learned on like a nylon string. So I've always suffered. So I can remember a couple of times, not this time, but maybe a few years ago where I hadn't played for a while, and I remember just thinking, this is a punish. It was such a punish.
It's horrible. It's cruel. It's all right for the first little bit, but then you're getting towards the end of the set, it takes forever to get there. You just can't. Cynthia she said she nearly missed, and she's watching from Melbourne. You've had the day too, Cynthia, so it's lovely in daylight where you are as well, I imagine. Well, Girl Next Door, this is a song. When did you write this song? Has this been a hiding away in COVID song, or have you had it there for a little while?
No, so I wrote this. I'd have to check the date. Actually, no, I think I wrote it on, I could even tell you the exact date. So I'm fairly sure I wrote it on like the 17th of October last year. So it's like, in the scheme of things, pretty fresh for me. Yep. Not that long ago. Recorded it in June, which, like we were saying before off air, I feel like it's a couple months ago. So I keep thinking that June was last month. No. It's been a while.
It's actually October now, so it's nearly 12 months since you wrote this.
Exactly. So it was only recorded in June, so it's been a pretty quick turnaround, and I love it.
Yeah, I do too. And it's got such a happy tune, and it gets you going, and I think that's where we're all at now. Like, it's starting to get sunny. We're starting to feel like, okay, summer's here and we're going to finally be able to get out of the house and go and see people, and we don't feel like there's that little cloud over our head of things getting cancelled. I think it's starting to shift a little bit.
Agreed. And I think it was a really good song for me to tour to. So I've released, obviously, before this, I'd released 3 singles in the last year, and it's obviously the timing with venues and stuff worked as well. But it feels like the right song to step out the door to.
Yes, exactly. Ray has also popped in the room to say hi, so there's lots of people popping in. I got to catch up with Ray on the weekend, which actually had been over 12 months since I'd seen her, so I did not realise it was that long. It felt like a long time, but when I looked it up, it was ages. Tell us a little bit about this tour that you sort of planned. Did you plan that around this release, or was it something that just sort of happened? Which was the first idea? We're going to put the tour out there, then release this song, or how did it come about?
I knew I wanted to tour around the release, and I knew that I was releasing in September. So then it just became a matter of booking after the tour. I did have a couple of tentative dates booked, kind of like the weekend before and that kind of stuff. Thank goodness that didn't happen, because it has just been an absolute whirlwind, since then. So it was definitely song first and then tour, but the tour it's kind of like I'm living out the song too. So that's really cool.
Yes, it's lovely to see. It's a beautiful song, and you're sitting there with your guitar and your sore fingers. Are you going to play this one for us, or are you going to play another one? What are you going to do?
I'm sure I'm going to play this one. This will be my first acoustic.
Really?
Online anyway.
Online. Well, I'm going to give you the room because I love this song and I can't wait to hear it acoustic. So I'll see you in a moment.
Okay. Walking the same streets back to the old house, under the bridges I should have burned down. Time has just flown by and I don't really know if it's a feeling of comfort or feeling of home. And if you saw me in the street, do you think you'd recognize it's me? Would you wonder where I've been and why I'm cold? Things just have a way of working out the way I didn't want them to. I thought I'd feel differently by now, but I haven't really got a clue why I walked away, why I didn't call. I know things have changed. I'm not the girl next door. We were just kids and didn't know what we wanted. Stay out late on the weekends and we took it for granted. But time's got a cruel way of making us all pay for the promises we made, chances we don't take. And if you saw me in the street, do you think you'd recognize it's me? Would you wonder where I've been and why I'm cold? Things just have a way of working out the way I didn't want them to. I thought I'd feel differently by now, but I haven't really got a clue why I walked away, why I didn't call. I know things have changed. I'm not the girl next door. I'm back in town. If you're around, I'd like somehow we could talk. Things have a way of working out the way I didn't want them to. I thought I'd feel differently by now, but I haven't really got a clue why I walked away, why I didn't call. I know things have changed. I'm not the girl next door. I'm not the girl next door. I'm not the girl next door. door. I'm not the girl next door.
I love that song. I really do. I love it. There's so many people popping in. Ray said it's amazing and she loves it. And sent all the hearts. Fantastic song, he said, Sarah. Beautiful
Thanks,
song.
John.
Yes, it's a great song. I love it. It just makes me want to get out and back into the music, especially after having an actual show to go to last week. It now makes me itching to get out and see you live.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's been, I've been to a couple of shows since COVID, and I've played a couple shows even, but this is my first run of original music and just playing my own songs and seeing beautiful people just sitting there like wanting to listen. It is just bliss.
Isn't it lovely? And I think people are wanting to listen even more now because we know what it's like to not have it. So I think we've actually really want to get out and are looking at it. So you started the tour. So you released this on the 9th, didn't you? 9th of September. And then you started the tour on the 15th and your tour goes right through to the 18th of November. Where are you headed this weekend? Where can we get tickets? How do we find out where you are and where to get tickets?
This weekend I'm heading down to the kind of metro New South Wales area. So I'll be in Newcastle on Friday night, Central Coast, which is my hometown, Wyong on Saturday night, and then down to Sydney on Sunday. And from there, I am literally all over the place. I think the following weekend I'm back where I live for like a show, and then everywhere and in between. But the best place to kind of keep up to date and find tickets and all the rest of that stuff is on my website at sarahleetemusic.com.
Sarah, we'll pop that in the comments. I can't do it now because I realise that it's going to take away the comments, but as soon as we end the live, we'll put that in the comments. Ray asked, are you heading to the Gold Coast? You are going to Queensland?
I'm not. I'm going to Brisbane. I'm playing the Jump Bar in Brisbane. So I feel like it's really all close up there, isn't it? Sure, it's really close.
Very close. What is it? It's about an hour from Gold Coast to Brisbane, roughly, isn't it? Or maybe a bit less. I don't know.
I'd say so. Something like that. Traffic depending.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm not used to that. I got home and I drove straight from the airport home, and it took me 3 minutes. And I think it took us 45 or 50 minutes to get to the airport on the other end. I'm like, oh, we do have it pretty easy here, don't we?
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's about an hour, roughly. Yeah, I'd say. So, and what has Chris said? South Tacoma, just around the corner from you.
You guys would be a bit wet down there.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just let us know how you guys are going and has it affected you yet, all these rains that are coming. Now, what is going to happen after November 18th? Are you going to do more shows? You're going to start looking at more music to release? Are you heading to Tamworth? What's the plan?
Great question. Look, I'll be doing a couple shows in Tamworth. Myself and Hayley Marston run an all-female songwriters round at the festival called Write Like a Girl. So we'll be there again this year, which is exciting.
There you go, Ray.
Yeah.
Right, you need to get on that one.
Give us a call.
It's a great idea, all females.
And after that, my husband and I are actually getting in our caravan, I want to say next March or April, and we're heading around Australia, and our caravan folds out into a stage. So I'm just going to...
Really?
Yeah, it's like the back of it. It's crazy.
Was that deliberately thought to do that, or was it just luck?
It got modified.
Yeah.
Let's call it that. So it's going to be a very busy year next year on the road, but we also just want to see a bit of Australia and get around. We haven't been to Western Australia. We'll probably honestly just get on the spirit of Tassie and just come down there and live there forever because it's beautiful.
Definitely. There's plenty of room here. My yard's flat. The farms are flat. We've got plenty of room for a caravan.
Love it. And I love So
now,
I'll be all out.
Your all-female show in Tamworth is? Because I will definitely listen to that.
I think we haven't announced it yet technically,
okay.
But it's the first Sunday and the second Friday, and it's always upstairs at the Tudor. So the Tudor Hotel, There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on downstairs, and it's hard to get a drink. But if you jump in the elevator or the stairs, jump upstairs, and then we've got a nice little thing happening there. So that'll be announced shortly. I'm still just trying to lock everything in. It's like there's so many things.
And I was getting onto it a couple of weeks ago trying to sort things out, and I did get quite a bit of stuff sorted, and then they're like, oh, you're getting in early. But now I feel like if I leave it another week or two, I'm getting in late.
Happens every year. Every year.
It's just crazy. So next year is on the road and touring with a caravan that's a stage. I need to see a photo of that. You need to send me one because that's exciting. And
when I've got one, when we're doing it, we'll do like a bit of a play-by-play. All I wanted to do was paint it, right? And then it's just got a bit hectic from there, but it's going to be very fun. My husband is doing his roadie traineeship with me at the moment, doing sound and merch and stuff for my show. So I am technically taking him away from caravan duties, but it's going to happen. It was meant to be this year. It wasn't this year. It's going to be next year.
It's going to be next year, and next year's going to be even better because we'll have had these rains, we'll have got through them, and we'll have lovely green places for you to go and see. It'll be perfect timing. It'll be
and the roads will be fixed. It'll be great.
It'll be perfect. Now, when you're out and about, have you got more music ready to go? I know it's sort of that last minute. Have you got more music on the horizon ready?
Totally do. So in June, I went and recorded a heap of songs. And there is something really exciting coming out next year. I can't say too much about, but it's happening. So again, there is not enough months between now and next April to get it all sorted. But we'll be out on the road, and there'll be new music and all of the new and exciting things. It's like I've had a big hibernation thing, and now I'm ready to get out there.
I know, and we've talked to you a few times through COVID, and you have been working. You've been really busy trying to keep yourself going. And I knew that this tour was something that you've been planning to do for quite a while. So it's just lovely to see you actually out doing it each weekend, even though it's exhausting.
It's a good kind of exhausting.
It is. It's a good kind of exhausting. And I love the sunflowers in the back. I was telling you that before.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Are you back the front as well with your hands? Because I do.
I'm terrible with pointing it. You know how I feel like I would be a terrible weather person. You know how they point it? So I would be like, no.
It's over there. The thing will be over here. Yeah, that's me. You can turn it on here, but because I normally find it confusing, I then overthink it and I get even more confused. So it just doesn't make any difference. And if I turned it, I think the writing would potentially be the wrong way. I'm not sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I just have to stay confused. It's just
all good. Confusion is where I spend most of my time.
It's better than being boring, right? It's better than being boring. Well, I cannot wait to see you out on the road, and I know you've got a bit on tonight, so I won't keep you. But before you go, where's the best place for us to find this song? I've got your post up there for Spotify and YouTube, but what's the place that helps you the most for music?
I think if you're in an area where I'm coming to a show, I've got a special kind of bootleg edition CD that I'm only selling at the Girl Next Door single launch shows. That's got my 4 latest tracks on it. So they're only available on digital kind of platforms until another time. So this is the only place you can get them, and that's probably the best spot that helps me. And it's available to show. You can come to a show. I've got some really cool hats and merch and stuff happening now, so we're getting there. But the shows, if you can get to them, if not, just stream away.
We will definitely do that, and I have popped in the comments the YouTube link to your YouTube page, and I've also popped the Spotify link to this song, but you can from there follow Sarah's whole page. I did check that it would work, so you can actually follow your whole page when you go to it. So go and have a look, because if you haven't heard the recorded version, you will love it, and it'll make you feel like summer. And Tyler has just popped in. I got to catch up with her on the weekend finally. I know you're heading out on the road, so send me through the dates, Tyler, and I'll pop them up. Thank you so much for joining us again, and I'm going to let you go so you can go out for dinner. But thank you for coming and talking to us, and hopefully we can see you before the end of the year while you're out on the road.
For sure. No, thanks very much, Danni. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. We have got Luke O'Shea joining us tomorrow night. So we're back at 7 Australian Daylight Savings Time, because I know that we've had the change and it's confusing everyone. But it'll be 7. If you press the reminder, it'll actually remind you in your own time zone. So that's probably the easiest. We'll see you later. Bye.